27 2018.
That is info record, not purchase requisition.
Here, no, ma'am.
No, that is done in information record. 1 second, please hold on.
Okay.
Or you can continue working. I'll come and see. See, that particular thing can be done in info record, not purchase requisition. I think you have only practiced purchase requisition. You didn't practice the info record at all.
Info record, MEW, no, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, that is fine. I have created also. Vendor add here. Old vendor only. You want me to check or create new one?
You can check. Go open a new screen.
New screen by this one, no, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Type /xkvz.
What will XK?
VZ.
VZ. This is for what?
This is to list the vendors. 1 second.
It was not that. XK.
Sorry, MKVZ.
Okay. Something like that.
Click on.
Don't know what happened. Wait, log in again. Yes, ma'am. MK?
VZ.
VZ. For vendor? Yes, sir.
To list the vendors. So here you can provide the purchase organization. Give your purchase organization.
Organization.
Execute. Execute. So these are the vendors which you have created.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can take any vendor and select one material and create a info record.
I had to note it down or separately? No.
Yeah. You can if you wish to.
From here on, you can't see me. Go to that movement. AS21 is a vendor.
See, here you can only view who all vendors you have created in that particular purchase organization.
Okay. So AS21 is there, one vendor. ME13 to display it. Materials we have to give.
I am not getting what exactly you are trying to do. Do you want to create an info record or do you want to display the existing one?
Display the existing one. I have done ME13.
Okay. So you'll have to give the material also.
Material also we have. Without material we can't do it, ma'am.
No.
Okay. Just now you told me one material, no? Like what is that, no? MKVZ.
That is to display the list of vendors.
And there we will not find the information about the material.
No.
No. Only, yeah. Okay. So list of material is over here. So
Okay.
139 you can take. 139 will take.
Okay.
What is that?
That is an info record for this combination does not exist. Don't you remember for which material you have created the info record?
Last below like 40 something.
Okay, do one thing. Go to ME1M
ME1
/N ME1M.
ME1M.
So you just give the material group or vendor or purchase organization and execute. Remove that material.
Okay. What all the things I have to give here?
Here you have given the plant and the purchase organization. Just execute.
Yes.
Here is the list of all the info records which you have created for the particular plant and the purchase organization.
Material here. Purchase standard plant. Purchase organization. This is the vendor name.
Yes.
Okay. Here I have to note down.
See, 700900100 is one info record. Next one, if you go 101, 102. So you have the info record numbers here.
Yes, ma'am. Here.
Okay.
Info record numbers.
So this is how you can view the list of info records.
M. Info record of what?
ME1M.
Okay. And that all T codes how to get, ma'am?
As and
Okay,
when required, I'll be giving you the T codes.
okay.
But you should be able to remember everything.
Yeah. MK which B1C. Okay.
So what is now what you want to do? Will you complete that scales thing, or shall I proceed with the class?
I want to complete the scale things.
Okay. So instead of spending time in displaying, I think you should create one new one.
Okay.
Create a new info record.
With old master data, vendor and
Yes.
material.
Yes.
Vendor ASV1. As we will take this one, ma'am. Okay. Scaling part. Vendor is ASV1.
See, you need not take the existing one itself. What you can do is you can either take that info record and enter into a change mode or modify mode and then do changes there. Okay.
Yeah.
Or
That will
you
take.
create a new info record.
To create, okay. To create new info record that I will.
Enter one vendor, enter one material and press enter. If you give the same material and vendor combination, then it will tell you that it already exists.
Okay. Otherwise, it will be error.
It is not an error, it is telling that already exists.
Okay. Same. If I give same one, then it will tell already exist.
Yes.
Okay. I have to create new one to add it. That's it. V1 and V2 also, no?
Okay, enter the information. What you have to do now? Click cancel.
Cancel, yeah.
See, what is that you wanted to do?
Scaling.
Then
Scaling part.
without maintaining the scaling, why did you save it?
Okay, okay.
Open in the edit mode. Take that same info record. ME12.
Yeah, 105. One second. I'll record this one. No,
It's already recording.
no, not recording. This one.
ME12.
In edit mode. Okay. Here I have to write
Press
the
enter. Press enter. Go to conditions. Double click on that.
condition.
Double click on that period or select choose.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now you go to condition type down below PB00. Yes. Select there. See,
No, there.
Use SKTO, cash discount.
SK.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So you can specify that 1% is the cash discount.
Amount is
You just mentioned 1 there.
okay.
Press enter.
1%.
Okay. So now you select that SKTO.
Okay.
Go to scales.
Go to scales. Here the scale. Scales cannot be condition for SKTU.
Okay. Select gross price.
Here only.
Select that PB00. Select the first price line. Close this.
Oh.
You already have PB00, right?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah. Click on scales.
scales I have done.
Okay. So now it is like up to 100 kgs. It is 10 rupees. Okay. Next line. Up to 1000 kgs. See, you will be giving up to what? The upper limit you are specifying here.
Okay.
Okay, in the first line, the upper limit for 10 rupees is up to 100 kgs, right? So when you give a limit in the second line, the system understands that, or it takes it as from 100 to 1000. Okay.
Okay. Upper limit. Okay.
Press enter. 9 rupees 50 paise.
Okay.
Okay, this is how you can maintain the scales and you can save it. So this is how you maintain the scales.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then I'll stop this recording. How to create a vendor master, how to create an info record, and how to create a purchase requisition.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yes,
next we'll see with creation of the purchase order.
Okay.
Okay. So when it comes to creation of purchase order can be created in different ways or using different documents as the source. Okay, if you see this figure, you can create a purchase order with reference to purchase requisition, or a purchase order can also be created with reference to the MRP. It can be created with reference to an existing or the old purchase order. You can create a purchase order using a outline agreement, that is contract, or you can create a purchase order manually, and you can also create a purchase order with reference to the sales order.
Okay.
Okay. And in order to create a purchase order, we have T codes. One second. The T codes used to create a purchase order is ME21N, that is to create. ME22N is to change or modified. ME23N is to display. Okay.
Okay.
So when it comes to purchase order is a, we call purchase order as a legal document. Okay. And this is a document which reaches the vendor. Right?
Vendor, yeah.
Yeah. So when I create a purchase order, the purchase order has to reach the vendor, and based on my purchase order, only with that basis he will be delivering the materials or the requested products. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we'll see how to create a purchase order. I will log into SAP.
Okay.
Type ME21N and you get this purchase order screen.
Not to see that one.
You are not able to see?
Yeah, no.
One second.
I'm not able.
Okay, now?
Yeah, now I'm able.
Okay. So I typed ME21N. Okay. And I get this purchase order screen. That is, see, in this purchase order screen, we have different parts. Okay. This particular part is considered as the header part. That is, if you see here, it specifies that it is the header. Okay.
Yeah.
So under header, you will get the information related to the overall purchase order. It is not specific to particular line. It is the overall information. Got it?
Yeah.
So you have conditions, you have text, you have address, okay, communication partners, additional data, organization data, status, payment processing. So all that you get under the header data.
Okay.
Okay. Next comes the item overview screen or the item overview part. So under item overview, you can enter different materials. Okay. And in this, you will have to specify the material, or if you don't want to do without material, then you will have to give a description here, short text. You need to provide the quantity, price, and then the plant and store location. Okay, all this information can be used in the purchase order item overview. Okay, next is the item detail. So when it comes to item detail, once you enter any material in the item overview and then you press enter, only then the item detail will get activated. Okay. Yeah. And then if you see here left side, right? Are you able to see?
Yeah, document overview.
Yeah. So this particular button is for selection of variant. You have different options to select. That is, you can select the purchase orders, RFQs, contracts, scheduling agreement, general purchasing documents, purchase requisition, my purchase order. When you say my purchase order or my purchase requisition, these will refer to the ones which you have created. That is the ones which respective user has created. Okay. So now if I click my purchase requisition, then it will display the list of purchase requisitions which have been created by me. Me in the sense by user P1234. Okay.
Okay.
Then here I can select the layout. If I want to change the display of this layout, okay, see here it will be displaying the information. If I want to see specific information, then I can go to, for example, apart from purchase requisition number, if I want to see material, okay, and if I want to see the vendor name, and if I want to see the purchase organization, so that way I can select it, I can have that also displayed here. Can you see here?
Yes, ma'am.
You can see that now for this purchase requisition, for item number 10, what material you have used and who the vendor is and which purchase organization, that will be displayed.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this type of settings you can do with this select layout option.
Change layout is what?
See in select layout you have a standard layouts. Okay. So by default you won't get any fields here. If I use change layout, then here I have the option of selecting the particular columns or fields which I want to display. Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is how this change layout works.
Okay.
See if now the document type, unit of measure, then the purchase requisition number, that should get displayed.
Yeah.
Okay, document type is NB, unit of measure is gram, and the purchase requisition number is 2000271. Okay, so this is how you can do changes in the document overview.
Okay.
Okay. Now, once I open with the create purchase order screen, first thing, I'm not creating purchase order with reference to any documents. I'm creating it manually.
Yeah, first
Okay.
I asked me.
Okay. So now I'll be creating a purchase requisition for vendor 1234 and material 138. Quantity is 5 gram. When you are speaking in between, mute and then you can speak. Okay.
Okay, fine.
And then 3000. I need to specify the plant. Plant is CP11 and the store
CP11.
location PS11.
PS11.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you need to maintain the organization data.
INR.
I need to maintain the organization data. So under organization data, I need to specify the purchase organization and the purchase group and the company code.
Okay.
Okay. So here, see, you can see that it is showing minimum order quantity is 10 because while creating material vendor master, you have specified that what is the minimum order quantity. Sorry, in the info record. In the info record.
Standard, no, minimum quantity, yeah.
Right? So that is why it is giving us the error. It is a warning message. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So now?
So have to change it now?
No, no need. It is just a warning message. Okay, you can convert, if you don't want to allow that, it should not, I mean, you should not be able to order less than the minimum order quantity, then you can convert it as an error message. So once you convert it as an error message, then you won't be able to create a purchase order unless you give the minimum quantity. You can't give anything below minimum quantity.
Okay.
Okay. So now I check it and I save it. Okay, so 9060215 has been created.
Purchase order.
Yes. You can just make a note of it.
90012. Okay.
Okay. We have already created a purchase requisition, right?
Yeah.
So you can create a purchase order with reference to purchase requisition also.
Okay.
So as you have already created a purchase requisition, do you have that purchase requisition number?
Just now I have created that one, ma'am.
Not
70. Yeah, 70.
Was it for the same combination?
Yeah. This is for sub CP1 plant only. ASV1, CP1.
Wait 1 second. See, now I'm using ME5A. Okay. So this is to display the list of purchase requisitions. Your purchasing group is AG1, right?
AG1, yeah. Client you can write.
Okay. So this is a purchase requisition. Now what I'll do is I can create a purchase order with reference to this purchase requisition. I'll create one more. I'll open one more screen now. Okay, ME21N. So now scroll right. I have
a column.
Once.
Any movement is going on?
No. Okay. So now I have open with ME21N. I have opened a create purchase order transaction. Okay. So if you scroll towards right, then you find this column by the name purchase requisition. Are you able to see it?
This one.
Okay, so under that column, I will paste my purchase requisition and press enter. So now
Okay.
see whatever the material you had given in the purchase requisition, that material comes here. Okay, I'm not getting vendor because we had not done source determination for that particular purchase requisition.
Under condition, it should be, no?
What under condition?
Yeah, condition is there, condition point.
No, I didn't get your question.
Yeah,
I told that we have to manually enter the vendor because in the purchase requisition, we have not done source determination. Now, ask me what is your question?
Under item, yeah, item is there, no?
Okay.
Under item, the condition part is there. Under that purchase requisition.
Not under item, not under item detail. See, in the item overview, if you scroll right,
I'm not, huh?
You have
Item.
Purchase requisition here, column.
Okay. Okay. Huh.
Under that column, you need to paste the purchase or enter the purchase requisition number and then press enter.
Okay.
Okay, if you have already done a source determination in the purchase requisition, then it won't ask for you to enter the vendor. If at all you have not done the source determination, then it will prompt you to enter the vendor data.
Okay.
Okay, so once you enter the vendor details and press enter, so your purchase order will be ready.
Ready.
Okay. Did this reduce your work? Earlier, when I created without any reference document, I had to enter each and every information. Isn't it? That is vendor, organization data, material, plant, quantity, unit of measure, everything. But here it didn't even prompt you for quantity, anything. Isn't
because we
it?
have done before only. Like,
so all that information has come from purchase requisition.
Yeah.
Okay, and in the item detail, you can see the details like material data related to the material, about the quantities, delivery schedule. That is, if you want to take this 100 grams in part, then you'll be going for delivery schedule. We'll see this later on, what each thing works for. Whichever is relevant, we'll be discussing. Okay. Here you have the over delivery tolerance, under delivery tolerance, the same thing you had in the info record also. Okay, and here in the under invoice you have different flags: invoice receipt, final invoice, GR based invoice. Okay, under conditions you'll be getting this price related information. Text, if you want to add some text here, see here, it is coming from info record. In the info record we had mentioned that it is a info record text. Okay, if you want to change the delivery address, though you might be ordering from Bangalore, but I want it to be delivered to Mumbai. Okay, so if you want to change the delivery address, then you can change this address. Okay, and then confirmations, if you want to, if you expect any acknowledgement from the vendor on receipt of the purchase order, then you can select this acknowledgement required.
Acknowledgement, here confirmation control, no?
Here you have a checkbox, right?
Yeah.
Acknowledgement required. so that you
Okay.
can select. So similarly, you have different tabs like condition control, retail. Okay. So we will see to the relevant fields or relevant tabs as and when we'll be covering the topics.
Okay.
Okay. So now check and post. So
How do
now
that? Check here.
check
How you have done
button
that?
is here.
Check button. Yeah. Check and
Okay. And then to post
save.
or to save, use the save button.
Save button. Okay.
Okay, so this is how you can create a purchase order with reference to a purchase requisition.
Okay.
So initially we had discussed like there are different ways to create a purchase order, right? So out of that, we used manually, that
Manually
is,
and
we
purchase
created a
requisition.
purchase order manually, and also we created a purchase order using a
Purchase
purchase
requisition.
requisition.
Yeah.
Understood?
Yes. Ma'am.
Do you have any doubts?
No.
Okay. So once I have created a purchase requisition and a purchase order, so this purchase order has to reach the vendor, isn't it?
Yes.
So this purchase order, you'll have to either send it in a printout, that is, you can send it by post, or you can even send it by email, isn't it? Or you can send it by fax. So,
Yes, ma'am.
but main thing is output has to go. So in order to do that, I'll use, we have a T code ME9F. Okay.
ME9F.
So when I say ME9F, so if I want to have the purchase orders list which are created under a particular purchase organization, or if you have a specific document number, then also you can enter that number directly, or you can mention the vendor here, or you can specify with the purchase organization and purchase group. As of now, I'll just generate with the purchase organization and purchase group. So I have totally 4 purchase orders which are already been created under AG1 purchasing group. Okay.
Okay.
So once, if I want to send a output of the message, first of all, you need to select that. That is, you find a checkbox here, right?
Okay.
So you need to select it, and here I will say display message. So when I say display message, it will give you it is same like a print preview, how you use in your regular documents. So that is, it will show you how it looks like when it is going to get printed, isn't it? So it will be having the name as purchase order. It will include the purchase order number, the vendor. Okay. So if you have maintained the information about the vendor, that is the address, everything, then the address will be displayed here, and then you will get the information about the material, which material, okay, for what price he has to deliver. So that will price will depend on the agreement what you have with the vendor. Okay, whatever you have discussed with the vendor. So once this price is mentioned, you can't change it later on.
Yeah.
Okay. So whenever the purchase order is created, this price will be first clarified, and then only the purchase order will be created.
Yes.
Okay. And then you have the total net value, all this information is there. Okay, so once you have this, then I can send it as a output. Okay, I can say here message details. So when I say message details, here it has the option of the way you want to send it, send the output. Okay, now as of now I have the medium as print output. Similarly, I can select, if I want it to be sent as a fax, then you'll have to maintain the fax number. Okay, external send is through what to say, through mail. Okay, EDI you have, simple mail you have. So there are different options how to send this output. So as of now, we'll just use the print output. Okay.
Okay.
So now, if I want to send the output, then I'll select it and click on output message. Okay. So now do you find the difference here? The one which I have selected and clicked on output message, that has a green tick mark here. It means that this particular document has already gone to the vendor. Okay. So if at all it is not checked, I mean, if you don't have any tick mark against the respective purchase order, then it means that there is no output which has gone to the vendor. If I want, I can use select all. Okay, and do everything in one go, that is output message. Or you can select individual and then click output message. Okay, so now I selected all and then selected output message. So now everything has turned into green tick mark.
Yes.
Okay, so this is how you will do the output of the purchase order.
Okay.
Okay, now what I want you to do is create one material. 1 second. Okay, first create a material, then create a vendor, then create a info record, then create purchase requisition, okay, then create a purchase order, one manually, that is one manual purchase order, and create one more purchase order with reference to purchase requisition.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, do now. I'll stop sharing my screen. You can share your screen and do it. To the purchase requisition.
creating a material. CP11 plant. Door. Per piece. Per piece. Pieces.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is the one.
Yes. Miscellaneous. Enter. Purchasing group. Okay. $3,100.
Sorry?
No, strike price. This variation class.
Yeah,
3,000.
3,000.
Standard price 10. We want to save data. Material. Yes. So 211 is a material, madam.
Okay.
XK01,
Yeah. Next, you create a vendor.
yeah, XK01. I'm giving a name as vendor. Vendor, I give AS F F1. Okay. Company
Okay.
code ASF1. Company code ASG1. ASC1. ASC1. Organization is AP01.
Okay.
Account group domestic vendor or vendor.
You have created your own,
Yeah, vendor.
vendor.
Yeah, vendor.
Okay. Press enter.
Yes, ma'am. Vendor. Now here company. Nugraha. Country. Then customer not required. Not required. And these all things are not required only.
Not required.
Okay. INR.
No, that is not currency.
Yeah, this is internal payment. Yes.
Select cash management group.
Yes, ma'am. A1 domestic.
That is not mandatory. Enter. Order currency required.
Yes.
So now you have material master created and vendor master created.
Created vendor. Yes, yes, ma'am. Now,
Okay. So now
slash
what is
and
the next thing?
purchasing info record.
Yeah.
CP11. 5, 6, 7. And nothing is required. Okay.
Planned
5 years.
delivery time.
Yes, ma'am. Given. There are
Save
no
it.
information.
Okay, make a note of that info record.
Yeah. Six. Yeah. Done.
Okay.
Now
So
ME
next.
51N
Hmm.
slash. Here.
First
Head
click
layer.
on source determination.
Hmm?
First click on source determination. Where do you find source determination? Do you find source determination checkbox anywhere?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I have clicked it.
Okay.
I have clicked it. I have clicked it. That will take the information from the vendor and the info record. That
Yes.
means it's taking time. Oh
Check
yeah.
check with the internet connection.
Yes, ma'am. Some problem was that. Don't know. It made log out only direct.
Hmm. You need not close each and every screen. You can directly click on ECC and log in once again.
Okay. Ma'am, 1 minute.
Okay.
I'll mute myself. Start it. Slash and ME51N.
Hmm.
Source is there. Material is 211. Quantity 1. Delivery date is 28. Client CP11. Storage location is PS. Yeah. PS11 I can get. No?
Hmm.
820.
PS is not typed.
PS11. Yeah. Enter.
Hmm.
Miss. Yeah, it's checked, ma'am.
Okay, since you have checked the source determination here, so it has already taken that info record.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm. Now create PO.
Save it.
Save it. Yeah. I
Yeah.
have to note out this person record, no?
Yes. And what is the next step?
Next step is creating PO.
Hmm.
NF, sorry.
Sorry?
MENF.
What is MENF for? Is it
Creating
MENF or ME9F?
MENF.
Yeah, it is ME9F.
Creating PO.
What is the T code for creation of PO?
ME9F.
Sorry?
ME9F.
Is it the one which I gave you?
1 minute. ME9F. Yes.
What is ME9F for?
Creating PO.
Is it? See what is the heading there?
No. ME21N.
Yes.
ME9F for what, ma'am?
That is for message output.
Yeah, message output. Of PO, huh?
Huh.
Okay. ME21N. ME51N. Okay. Now document number is not required. Vendor is required.
Have you already created a purchase order?
No, not created. No.
Then how will you how can you send
Yeah.
output?
Yes. ME21N. Yes, ma'am. No, I'm in this screen now. Creating the purchasing order.
Yeah.
I have to fill all this manually now. 211. Your quantities I can give 5.
Yeah.
Delivery date I can give like tomorrow.
See,
No.
planned delivery time, how many days have you entered?
28, I think so. 28.
Planned
28.
delivery time 5 days or how many days?
5 days. 5, minimum 5. First is 5, 6, 7.
No, that
So
is
I had to
reminder. Reminder is different and planned delivery time is different.
28 I have given, I think so.
Okay, select.
28. Net price is not required, na?
You have to, because you are creating everything manually, right? You have to enter everything manually.
Net price 5. Storage location PS11.
Enter vendor.
And vendor, ma'am, here.
See where is vendor information.
Okay.
See up beside document date.
Oh, so here we have to write.
Yes.
Okay. ASF1. Okay.
And then click on organization data tab. Where is ORG data tab?
ORG. This one, ma'am.
No, I had told you that ORG data is in header. See, search properly. Where is ORG data?
ORG data. In this box only? No.
I told you that it's in header data.
Header.
Yeah.
Enter currency. What is that? Currency here. Currency in the sense INR, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Source. Okay. Enter purchasing organization. Not it.
So this is the organization data tab.
Okay. Okay.
Press enter.
Yes, ma'am.
See, order quantity below minimum order quantity 10. So either you increase it to 10 or it's okay. Since it is a warning, then we can ignore that warning message.
Okay. I have to
Okay.
make minimum 10, ma'am, here.
No, that is fine. Check the purchase order. Click on check.
Click on check. Okay. No message.
Save it. So this is how you can create a purchase order manually.
I had to note down this one.
Yeah.
Purchase order.
Make a note of it. And now create a purchase order with reference to purchase requisition.
Okay. Now again I have to go back. Only.
You are already in create purchase order screen itself.
Yeah. But I haven't outside. So
ME21N.
okay. So now I have to purchase requisition
Yes.
according. So purchase here. Only typing this one and get the information. Okay. Enter, ma'am.
Enter.
Yeah. I got all the information over here.
Yes.
No, now I have to go header.
No need, because
No need.
check purchase order.
Valid date. Anything has to be written.
No.
Okay. Save it.
Check the purchase order first.
Yes, ma'am. It's correct now.
Yeah. Save it.
Save it.
Okay. So this is how you can create a purchase order with reference to purchase requisition.
Yeah.
So do you have any doubts so far?
No, ma'am. Purchase requisition. No, ma'am.
Okay.
And another thing, ME9F, send a message.
Yeah. Do that also.
Here, what all things have to be given?
You can just mention the purchase group and the purchase organization. If you want to send for specific document number, then you can specify the purchase order number. Otherwise, you can just specify. You can execute now.
Only vendor is okay?
Yeah, only vendor is also okay. Now, if you execute, it will only give you the result of this 9 doubles only for this 210. Okay, but it is not giving you the one which you created manually.
Okay.
Isn't it? Back.
Yeah.
Go back.
This one, ma'am. Back.
Not that.
This only.
Yes.
Okay.
Remove that purchase document number.
I don't know what document number then.
So either you can just enter vendor or you can just enter the purchase organization. Now execute. Execute.
AP0. Yeah.
Execute. So these are the two purchase orders which you have created.
Okay. Now I have to click here.
Yeah.
Display
message.
Display message. And this is the message what it has.
Yes. See, if at all there are any modifications to be done in this message output. Okay. For example, in this case, I want to add my company name and logo as a header part. Okay, such type of modifications
Okay.
that can be sent to the ABAP people, and the ABAP people will do the required changes and then send it back to us.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now go back. This is a print preview. Now if you want to send the output, then first check output message. So now one output has gone. Similarly, you can do for the other also.
Okay. What is this message detail?
I told you, no? If you want it
Yes.
to change the medium of output, then you can select there.
Medium of output here only, no ma'am?
Yeah,
Like
next.
here. Yeah,
Yes.
here.
Yes.
I want to do the fax.
Hmm.
Then save.
Yeah.
Okay.
See now,
What is this point?
if you want to have a trial, that
Okay.
you can do. Now that you don't have any physical printer connected and you can't do all
Yeah,
that checks. So
yes,
if
ma'am.
you just get to know how you can send the output message, that is enough. Okay.
Yeah.
So now you are
Yes, ma'am.
very much well versed with material master, vendor master, info record, purchase requisition, and creation of purchase order.
Yeah.
Right? So next we'll discuss about request for quotation. You can stop sharing your screen.
Okay. The source list and all later on, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Stop sharing. Yes. Ma'am, 1 second. Huh? I'll mute myself.
So now we'll be discussing about the request for quotation. Okay.
Yeah.
When we say request for quotation, okay, as of now, you have seen how to create a purchase order when you know who supplies that respective material. That is with reference to the purchase requisition, or you can directly create the purchase order manually also, right?
Okay.
Consider if at all you don't know the vendors, okay, who supply that particular material.
Okay.
Okay, so in such situation, what we do is we conduct a market survey. Okay, so we, in the sense, the purchase organization people, they will conduct a market survey and collect the list of vendors. Okay, so they will collect the list of vendors who all are there in the market, who can supply the particular material.
Okay.
Okay, so how they get the information of all the vendors, that will be left to the purchase organization people or a purchase group people. So now what are the steps involved in request for quotation is, once we have all the list of vendors, the next step what we have to do is we need to send the request for quotation to all the vendors requesting to submit their price for that particular material.
Yeah.
Okay. So once you get the quotations from all the vendors, then you check what all price or what all criterias or discounts each vendor is providing. Okay. Based on all the criterias, you will shortlist one vendor. Okay. And you will send a purchase order to that shortlisted vendor. Right?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
you will send a rejection letter to remaining vendors whom you have not selected.
Okay.
Okay. So here you have a diagrammatic flow, like you can create a request for quotation manually, or you can create a request for quotation with reference to the purchase requisition also.
Okay.
Okay. Now, once you have the request for quotation, that quotation will be sent to different vendors, as you see here, vendor A, vendor B, vendor C, and those quotations once sent, you receive the quotations from the vendors, you maintain the quotations, do the price comparison, and then based on the price comparison, for one vendor you send the purchase order, and for remaining vendors you send the rejection letters.
Okay.
Okay. The T codes used for the RFQ is ME41N. One second. So now we are dealing with the request for quotation. Okay, the T codes are ME41 to create, ME42 to change, ME43 to display, ME47 is to maintain quotation.
Maintain in the sense?
I'll tell you. ME49 is for price comparison.
Okay.
Okay. So, one second. And ME9A is for message output. Okay. So these are the T codes which we'll be using in request for quotation.
Quotation. Okay.
Fine. ME41 is to create, ME42 is to change, ME43 is to display, ME47 is to maintain quotation. That is, see, once you send the quotation, vendors replies you back with their prices, isn't it?
Yes.
They won't be having access to your SAP system wherein they enter the price for you.
Yes.
Okay, so what they do is they will either send it in the form of printout, or that is hard copy, or they may even send you in the form of email also, right?
Okay.
So once you receive that, you need to enter that information into our system. Okay.
This MM people only.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So you need to do the entry of that price. Consultant won't be doing that. End user will be doing that.
End user, yeah.
Okay. So even that will be done by the purchase organization people. Okay. Even they will be they are the people who are trained on the MM itself.
Okay.
Understood? So they will be entering all the price whatever they have I mean the vendors have sent, and once everything is entered, then we will do the price comparison of that quotations. And once we do the price comparison, then we will shortlist one vendor. The system itself will suggest one vendor based on the price comparison. Okay, so based on that, you will proceed further with the one which we have selected and send the rejection letter to the ones we have not selected. Understood? Hello? Hello? Okay, so now these are the T codes which we use for the
Request for quotation.
Yes. Okay, now we will try doing that.
Yeah.
So now I'll select. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I'm able to see your screen now.
Okay. I'll type ME41. Okay. I will consider we already, based on the market survey, we have the vendors. Okay. Your purchase organization is AP01, right?
You have to write.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Okay. See,
what is AN?
This is the quotation type.
Okay.
So by default, we'll be using AN. Language is EN, that is English. Request date, that is today's date. And by when you want this quotation to be sent. I mean, you are specifying the deadline for the vendors before what they need to submit their quotation. For example, I'll give the deadline as 28th. Okay. And then you need to specify the purchase organization. What is your purchase organization? AP01. And your purchasing group?
AG1.
Yeah. And then I press enter. So enter the company code. What is your company code?
ASC1.
Huh?
ASC1.
Yeah. Okay. So once you enter that information, in this screen, you will find most of the ones which you had entered in the first screen, and you have a field called as collective number. Just enter any one random number, but you should be able to remember that number.
What is it?
Okay. See, this collective number, it is something like, for example, I am sending the quotation or requesting the quotation for a particular material to several vendors, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah.
But it is not so easy to remember the quotation numbers of each vendor. isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
So I can use the collective number in order to refer to the quotations. Okay,
You will
I will
not
show
be.
you how or how is it used. In the further steps, you will get to know that.
Okay.
Okay. So once you enter the collective number, then you can specify the validity start and end date. So it starts today. So since I have given the quotation deadline date as 28th, so this whatever the price they submit, for what period will it be valid? So that you can specify. Maybe I will say this quotation, whatever they submit, it is applicable for 3 months or validity for 3 months. So that
Okay.
price may not be,
Hmm.
that price whatever they submit, it may not be valid after 30th day. Okay.
Okay.
So that I can
Valid
enter.
end means. Okay.
See, for example, if I say that a particular AC will cost you 20,000, okay, and I will say that this price is valid only until October. What does that
Okay.
mean? It means that there are chances that the price might get reduced or it may increase also after October, isn't it? That
Okay.
is what this means. Next, I will specify the material, maybe 138. And you need to specify the quantity, how much is your requirement. Okay, I'll say 1000 grams. Fine.
RFP
And
quantity. Okay. Please enter.
here you need to specify by when the delivery is expected. So obviously the delivery will be expected
After quotation date.
after the quotations.
Quotation
Okay.
date.
So I'll specify the delivery date. Okay. So once you have done with this in filling up the information, then you select the vendor address.
Where to send a, see that, ma'am?
I'll show you once again. So now I will select the vendor, say AS21, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So AS21 is one vendor. Then once I fill in the vendor details, then I will save it. So now one quotation has been created, that is, please make a note of this, 4250295.
Okay.
Okay, so this one quotation is created and that is for vendor AS21.
AS21.
Okay, so similarly, I can send it for different vendors. Who are the other vendor? ASF1, right?
SF1.
ASF1. Then
But
press
organization is
enter.
different.
Huh?
Yeah, yeah. Organization same only. Yeah.
And then save it. So similarly, I can send it for different vendors. ASV1.
Okay.
Okay. And save it. So totally for how many people am I sending the quotation? And then ASV2. Okay, so I have sent quotation to 1, 2, 3, 4 vendors, right? Then I will come out of this. I'll show you once again. Okay. So if you go to here, I can go to header detail. See, you asked, right, how to send it? You have the vendor address here. Do you find the postal cover type of icon? Hello? Hello? So you asked me where to find that, how to send to the vendors, right? You find one icon in the form of postal envelope, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Do you find it there?
Postal and this one, yeah.
Okay.
White color one.
Yes, I'll select it. So if I want to send a new, for the new address, then I can send it to the vendors. Okay. So now I will say,
What are all these things?
sorry?
These things. Okay. Here I have written.
If you want to maintain text. So now I was just showing you how to send it to the vendor. You didn't get in the first time, right?
Yeah.
So this is how you will be sending. That is, you need to select on the, wait a second. So once you enter the material information, then you need to click on this vendor address. So
Yes,
this
ma'am.
is a screen which you'll be getting for the first time when you are creating the quotation. And then once you create vendor address, then you can keep entering the vendors here. And then for every vendor, you'll be saving it.
Saving it. Okay.
Okay. So once you have created the quotation, then we need to maintain the price, right?
Yeah.
So I will go to ME47.
47 to maintain. Yeah.
Okay. So our quotations were from 97, isn't it?
Yeah.
What was the first number?
90 quotation. Huh?
Yes.
PO you want, ma'am? Purchasing order.
Not purchasing order. I asked you to make a note of request for quotation, right?
Request for 42000050 and 295.
295.
Yeah.
Okay. So you enter that quotation number, and here you will specify the quotation whatever the vendor has submitted. For example, consider vendor AS21 is giving me for the price 2500 per gram. Okay. And save it. So you are maintaining the quotations. So next I will do it for 6. Okay. This is for AS-F1 vendor. Now he will say that he will provide at 2450.
Okay.
Okay. I will
It
save
is
it.
total amount, ma'am.
This is per gram.
Per gram amount or total amount it is?
Per gram amount.
Per gram amount. Okay.
Okay. Then one might say I'll give you for 2600. Similarly, I'm entering it for all the vendors. What happened?
Nothing.
Okay, so I have sent quotation for all the vendors. Okay.
You have no. You have received the
Uh,
quotation, maintenance,
we have sent quotation to all the vendors, and then
and
we have
maintenance.
done the maintenance of individual quotation received by the vendor also.
After getting quotation from
Yes,
RFQ
from the
from
vendors.
vendors.
So next thing
Okay.
is I need to do the price comparison.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll go to
Yeah.
ME49.
ME49.
See,
Price comparison.
yeah. Now you have the option of entering the quotation number. Okay, that is from 2. Or I can directly enter the collective number. I had given collective number as 4, right?
Yeah.
And I will.
Or I actually I didn't got the collective number information. I have written it like a number of copies to send to the number different vendor.
No. I didn't specify any explanation for that.
Yeah, till now not yet. Yeah.
Okay, I had just told you that you'll get to know the use of it later on.
Later on, yeah.
Okay.
Purchase organization.
See, collective number, it is not possible to remember the quotation numbers,
Yeah.
right? So now
Yes.
I had used a collective number as 4 when I was
4.
creating a quotation. Now,
Okay.
if
Okay.
I just mention 4 and say
Hmm.
execute,
Hmm.
so for how the number of vendors we have sent, okay, for all the vendors we will be sending the or we will be viewing those quotations. I don't know
Yes.
what happened here. 1 second. I will pause.
Settings you are doing.
No, that
Or
you
it is
need
not.
not worry, because that is done by FI people. See, this pricing part, no, someone has done some changes with the pricing procedure. That is why it is not taking the price here. So
Okay.
that will be like the later part. You need not worry as of now.
Okay.
Okay. So this is how the quotations are done. I'll stop recording now.
Okay.